Hey everybody, my name is Tara Coyote and I just want to share a little bit of my story. I've had a lot of people reach out to me in the cancer community. So I'm making this video just to explain my story so you know what I went through and maybe it will help you. If it helps you, that's great. So I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer almost 4 years ago, September 2016. Due to past experiences of seeing my best friend go through standard treatment for acute myeloid leukemia, I chose a natural form of treatment. I refused surgery, chemo, radiation that they wanted to give to me. And you can read my whole story. I have a Cancer Warriors webpage, cancerwarriors.com. My blog is there. My whole story is written there. There's lots of resources. There's videos. There's books. There's links to other people's pages. I highly recommend you go there. I have a YouTube page, Tara Coyote. There's a link to it on my Cancer Warriors page, but you can go there. I've got like tons of videos from the last almost 4 years now. So please check out those resources, but I'll tell you my story. So like I said, I went through the natural route of treatment. I was doing really, really well until I was forced to sell my ranch, Windhorse Sanctuary in Nevada City, California. I ran an equine facilitated learning facility ranch where it was like a retreat center. People would come and do workshops with me and grief rituals and such. Due to this unfortunate circumstances, it got very stressful. I had to sell my ranch and I ended up moving back home to Kauai, Hawaii, which is where my dad's from. When I'm very thankful to be here now. But during that process of selling the ranch and just liquidating tons of stuff because it was a huge space, it was a lot of stress and I believed it caused the cancer to grow. So after 6 months of stress, I got back home to Kauai and the cancer had spread to my lungs, my liver, my spine, and my adrenal glands. And after a few months of being home and my body breaking down, I could barely talk because there was so much fluid in my lungs. I couldn't have a conversation. I was coughing. I couldn't sleep laying down for 2 months because I was coughing so bad. I would gag when I was sleeping. And I started walking with a cane because of the Mets in my left hip. It was breaking down my bones. And they said, "Okay, Tara, we're recommending you to hospice. You either do hospice or you try chemotherapy." And I had to really look at my fears around chemotherapy because I was terrified of doing chemotherapy. A lot of my fear of doing chemotherapy was around my best friend Deb's death, of being with her for months while she was doing chemotherapy. So I really had to look at my fears around that. Did I really want to live or not? And I chose that I really wanted to live. I was willing to face my fears of chemotherapy, and I'm so glad I did, because a year later I'm alive. I'm doing really well. I don't want to jump ahead, but you know, in facing my fears of doing chemotherapy, it allowed me to heal a lot of the trauma around Deb's death and what I went through in the hospital with her, which, you know, it's a never-ending process. Trauma goes deep, right? But so I did 9 months of intense chemotherapy. During that time, I broke my left hip due to the metastasis. I had to have double hip surgery. My left hip was completely reconstructed. My right hip, they put a titanium rod from my knee to my hip because they saw that there was a hole in my right femur and to prevent my right hip from breaking. So I've gone through a lot. I had to learn to walk again. I finished chemotherapy in February 2020. I got the best results I could. Remission. I still do have cancer in some parts of my body, but I'm doing really well. I'm taking care of 2 horses. I'm scooping massive amounts of horse poop. I'm hiking each day with my dog, and I'm just super grateful to be alive. So it's been a big lesson about claiming life each day. I've got a lot of cancer journeyers reaching out to me and asking me how I did it. I just show up each day the best I can, you know, like I don't know how long I have to live, but I have today, and today is glorifying, beautiful and glorifying. I make up my own new words, but I live in Kauai, Hawaii, and I don't want to make this video too long here, but I just do want to share some parts about self-care. One of the reasons why I'm making this video is because so many people are reaching out to me, and I wish I could talk to every single person who wants advice, but I can't. My mom's going through stage 4 cancer. My horse has cancer. You know, my energy is very sacred, and I'm needing to pull back from the public eye and really just take care of myself, because I can only give so much. So I'm sharing this as a lesson of self-care for all of you, because I find a lot of people with cancer, they lack that self-care. We're not taught to take care of ourselves in our culture. So I really encourage all you guys to step up with your self-care. Look at where you can love yourself more, and also look at the stress. A lot of people reach out and they talk about the major amounts of stress in their lives, whether it's from a toxic relationship or situation or job. Look at the stress and try to eradicate it, because you deserve it. You deserve to love yourself. You deserve to give yourself what you need and want to heal and thrive. Through my process of healing, I ended up splitting up with my partner. We're now friends, and that's great, but there was some toxicity in that relationship, and me deciding to not be with him was a very healthy move for self-care. And so I really advocate all of you to find whatever that is for you. How can you love yourself? Because it really comes down to that, self-love. So wherever path you're on, whether you're choosing natural, whether you're choosing the standard route of treatment, whether you're choosing integrated route of treatment, really advocate you to tune into what you need for yourself. And just another little note, I made a video about the supplements I made for my chemo journey. It's on my Facebook page. I also have a Facebook page, Tara Coyote's Healing Journey. It's there. It's also on my YouTube page. It's a 30-minute video about the supplements I used during chemotherapy. But after my experience of using natural and the standard route of treatment, I realized that an integrated route was best for me. And that doesn't mean it's the best for you. I know people who've taken a natural route of treatment and been so close to death, and they're doing great now. They have no evidence of disease, and that's great. And if that's for you, that's wonderful. But for me, the cancer had spread so extensively, I needed more. I did need the big guns, even though I was petrified to do it. And it worked for me. So I think actually, and I would never have said this a year or two ago, but an integrated route of treatment is a wise choice, because you're bringing in the benefit of both the natural and the allopathic. So that's my little blurb for integrated medicine. So I hope this is useful. Please check out all the resources, cancerwarriors.com, my Tara Coyote YouTube page, Tara Coyote's Healing Journey on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm very active on Instagram. It's Tara Coyote there. I share very vulnerably. But wishing you all the best. Take great care of yourself, and so much love from Kauai, Hawaii. Aloha.